I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Woo! We're back, Siesta Key fans. What up? My girl Ebony, what's good?
Hey, DJ. I'm so excited. This episode was perfect.
Oh, girl, this episode is crazy. We have so much to talk about. Anyway, we're here on AfterBuzz, Siesta Key, Season 3, episode, I don't even know anymore.
15. 15.
Okay, episode 15, you guys. Woo! Okay, a lot of drama. I don't even know where to begin, but I know there's 3 major things that happen on this episode. A lot of couple drama, relationship drama, and baby surprises. You know, Brandon and Camilla are getting back together and they're trying to make things work again, which is cool. And then we have JJ and Amanda. They got a lot of issues going on in that relationship.
Explosive. Just explosive.
Explosive is the right word to describe it. There's no better word. And then Elisa and Alex. Wow.
Wait. Oh my gosh. Talking about Alex and Alyssa. Did you not notice how much they cut? Like, he didn't even have any speaking parts at all. And like, you didn't even see his face. I know. I was actually very surprised. I know we reported on that and said that, you know, he was going to be cut out of the season last week. But I'm surprised how well they were able to cut his parts out, to be honest.
Yeah, you know, it was interesting. Well, I found it a little weird because it's like, you know, we're so used to seeing Alex, and because he's obviously the main person, the main cast member of all the drama, but they're making it work. So it was still a very entertaining episode overall. I mean, that's my overall thoughts about it, but they're making it work. What did you think overall about this episode?
No, I thought this episode was great. It had a lot of amazing elements, of course. I mean, we love the drama. That's what we're here to talk about, is all the drama. So the drama was great. I felt satisfied. Of course, you know, when you're watching the drama, I was like, I'm annoyed, I'm irritated, I'm like the whole time. But I mean, that's what makes a good drama. So that's why
exactly. I'm feeling all those emotions exactly. But let's start with, oh my goodness, so many people to start with. But let's start with Brandon and Camilla.
Okay.
So, yeah. What do you think about them finally getting back together and moving forward? Do you think it's too rushed? Do you think they need to slow down? What are your thoughts on them?
Well, I definitely think that Brandon and Camilla are not going to make it. I think it's really sweet that Camilla thinks that Brandon is in a better place and X, Y, and Z. Like he said, he doesn't really have it together. He thought that his music was going to pop right away and this, that, and the third. And like, that's just not how it works. People are in the game for like 10, 12 years before, you know, you get a single. I mean, that's just how it is. So, and for me, I kind of felt when she was talking to him at dinner and she was kind of like, maybe you shouldn't make music such a priority. I almost was like, how did you feel about that? I was almost like, is that you already showing signs of like not being supportive? I mean, I do agree that Brandon should have a job and do the music thing on the side and still pursue that. But to say like, let's not make this a priority, I think sounded like, I don't want you to be putting, you know, to be like pursuing this at all. And I kind of felt like, is that a supportive girlfriend? Is that someone you kind of want in your corner?
Right. No, I 100% agree. I felt like overall that whole date was really awkward. I know they have their past, and Camilla definitely has trust issues from his past mistakes within their relationship, you know, obviously getting involved with his exes. I agree in a sense. I don't think they're going to make it or last long because I'm already seeing too many red flags. I mean, we saw red flags in the past. That date, I saw like about 10 red flags, to be honest, because yeah, like you said, she didn't sound too supportive of him and his music career. You know, I think if somebody who generally cares about a person and their interests and their passions, she wouldn't say like, oh, don't make it a priority, whatever. I'm getting the sense that she wants to be his priority over everything because that's just how she is. I feel like she's very overbearing in the relationship and she wants all of his attention and time and everything. And, you know, we've seen he's very passionate about his career, his music, and he's trying to pursue it. And it is a struggle. I mean, it is going to take some time. And like you said, I think she should definitely be supportive of that. And I don't understand. She's talking all Italian. She's like dissing him in Italian. I mean, we saw
right.
girls. what is that about? I'm like, really, Camilla? Like,
I know.
really?
I mean, I think it was just a little shade. I mean, I think Brandon deserves the shade. He did cheat on her. But I do have to say that they just move really fast. And I think Camilla's a great person. I think from what we see, she seems like a great person. I think she needs someone who's a little bit more stable, higher caliber, maybe someone a little older, someone to kind of like take care of her. I think that's like the personality she gives me. So I don't feel like Brandon is that person. Brandon, like the girls were kind of saying, like, you get lonely and then you start going back to your exes.
Yeah.
Which is true. I feel like he's like, oh, everyone else is dating. I don't have a girlfriend. Let me find something. Oh, Camilla, you're back. I don't know. I'm sure there's feelings there, but I just don't know if my prediction is it's not lasting. it's not lasting.
Yeah, I agree with you too. Although, yeah, while they're moving forward, I do agree that they're rushing it, I think, especially Brandon, because he has a habit of, jumping from girl to girl to girl. But in this episode, I do like how they carried themselves at the party, JJ's birthday party, which we're going to get into in a moment. Before we get into that, because that's where the explosion happened. Let's talk about JJ and Amanda, their relationship. Woo! I honestly, they both are explosive. Like you said, I think they both have temper tantrums. I want them to work out. Obviously I want the best for every couple, but seeing their temperament and how things are going, they both have trust issues. What do you think about those two, Amanda and JJ?
Yeah, I mean, I would have to say the trust issues are warranted, and I understand the relationship. I mean, JJ cheated on Amanda. That's number one. Number two, Amanda. Now, this had me feeling some type of way, right? When he went through her phone and saw that she was texting her ex-boyfriend from high school or whatever. Now, on one end, it's like, Amanda, you're right. Like, y'all didn't say that you were official, but at the same time, you guys both act like you're such boyfriend and girlfriend. So I feel like at some point, you shouldn't have been texting somebody else to be like, oh, well, we're not really. I mean, from what she quoted, her text, it didn't really sound that bad, in my opinion. She was just kind of like, he said, oh, you have a boyfriend. And she was like, oh, I don't really know because we haven't made it official. So like that didn't sound like bad. However, if you have questions about your relationship, you should definitely be taking those to JJ and not talking about them with another man, my opinion.
Once again, girl, I agree with you. We're agreeing a lot on this episode. Oh my goodness.
Okay, look at us agreeing on things.
I love it. No, I agree because, okay, they were both wrong, but one person was more wrong than the other. And I will say JJ was more wrong than Amanda. I think, okay, Amanda, her texting other guys, at first when I heard she was doing that, I was like, oh no, Amanda, what are you doing? But then I didn't realize it was then that she revealed that JJ never officially asked her out. They never made it official. They didn't put like a label on it. So then I'm like, okay, you know what? I guess that makes sense. And, because of their history, they're still trying to build trust or whatever. So I get it. JJ going off, JJ taking her phone and the whole face recognition while she's sleeping. That's some low, not even low key. That's some high key, just, you don't do that. Like,
it's a red flag, like my lips tonight. Okay. Red flag. No, just absolutely not. Like if the man's already showing you that he doesn't trust you, mind you, doesn't seem like Amanda's given him any reason not to trust her. He's the one who cheated, not her.
Yeah, exactly.
So there's no reason for him to be acting like that. If he had a question or he felt insecure about the relationship or she was pulling back, that is what a conversation is for.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Honestly, we've been talking about this season after season after season. These couples, the Siesta key couples, that's their problem. They don't communicate. They just go off assumptions like, oh, you cheated, so you're probably going to do it again. So whatever, I'm going to beat you at this game before you beat me or whatever. It's like this weird game that they keep playing. And it just goes, that's what creates the drama overall. But yeah, JJ shouldn't have done that. If he had a problem, he should have just pulled her to the side and been like, yo, like, this is how I feel. I want to be with you. Can we make it official? Like have an appropriate conversation. If they were to have that, I'm sure Amanda would have been like, okay, all right, so we're official now that I know, and I'm not going to talk to any of those guys. That's it.
Right.
They both have trust issues. That's what they revealed when they were, not even necessarily communicating. They were more so fighting. But when she was saying how she doesn't even know if they're together anymore because after that incident, that's obviously that appropriate conversation was lacking. But when they got to the party, obviously it seemed like things were okay because she set this whole party up for him for his birthday.
Which I thought was sweet that she still did that.
That was sweet.
She should have. Yeah.
Yeah, that was totally sweet. I agree. And that was like, okay, they're moving forward a little bit. So that's good. And being seen that the party was going well, Brandon showed up with his girl, Camilla. And even though people were kind of on edge seeing her back again, they both conducted themselves very well. It was all friendly. It was all good. JJ, of course, had his insecurities about Brandon being there. And which makes me wonder, do you think, was it okay for Amanda to invite Brandon to JJ's birthday party, despite knowing how he felt about him?
So, a little devil's advocate, okay? I do feel like this is a problem when you have a big friend group because you don't want to not invite him. Then it's like, oh, well, now you're, because then it looks like you're the jealous person or something that you didn't extend the olive branch when everyone else is going to be there in your friend group. So on one end, I understand that. And it's like, let me just be cool. If you accept the invite, cool. If you don't, then cool. Like, I'm not going to trip over it, but at least you had the invite because we're all friends in the same friend group. Okay. That's one stance. However, if I was Brandon, I would not have gone. Okay. And I also would have not brought Camilla. It was a great look for him to bring Camilla because then it looked like he wasn't checking for Amanda. However, it's just, I just wouldn't have gone because you're being invited. Like, you do realize whose party it is, right? And you do realize that you used to date his girl, right? So if you were like just a real one, you just wouldn't go because the drama is just on another level that you just don't need. But we know that this is why we watch the show, because it's all about the drama. But in my opinion, I don't think Brandon should have attended the party. He should have passed on that one. You could see all those other people at any other thing you guys do anyway.
I agree. And so do you think JJ was, not wrong for acting the way that he did when he saw Brandon just talking to Amanda? I don't even think they were flirting.
No, but he was low-key being saying something crazy, talking about take this off, take that off. You missed that part?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're all like loosey goose, of course.
Right, but it's different if we hadn't, messed around before in the past, but now we over here, that's my ex, we done did some things, and now you're over here talking about take the clothes off. Now that's a problem. And I just feel like if I had a boyfriend and he brought his ex-girlfriend, or his ex-girlfriend showed up to my party, I'm feeling some type of way. What are you doing here? Why are you here? Even if you did get the invite, why are you? Do you know me? Do we talk? Are we friends? Like, no. So why are you here?
Right.
I feel some type of way too. And I would definitely have to check my man on that and be like, I don't know why the heck you thought that you could invite this girl up in this party. Okay. I would have a problem. So I'm here for JJ. Hashtag team JJ. Okay.
Okay. All right. You know what? I don't disagree.
DJ, do you disagree?
Wait, I don't disagree, but then I don't fully agree at the same time. And let me explain this.
Okay, explain.
Okay. So yes, JJ had a right to feel the way that he felt. But I agree with that in that sense, because obviously any human being would feel uncomfortable. Of course, let's face it, they're your exes are flirting. That's like, wait, hold up, why are you guys talking to each other like that? Okay, I get it. But the fact that he just blew up so crazily, it's like really, I feel like, I don't know, everything, he let that one small thing just kind of like control everything around him. Like, your girlfriend or whatever, not completely official girlfriend, unofficial girlfriend, did this thing for you, set up this beautiful party for you, and you're just gonna lose your cool and then just blow up at everyone? Like, literally, they had like a whole group. I saw like Juliet and Chloe were trying to like calm him down. He was all loud and boisterous, causing a whole scene. I will say, I liked how Brandon and Camilla conducting themselves, because it could have gone worse. It could have gone like way left. They could have gone at it, you know?
Sure.
So I like the fact that they kept it civil and they were respectful, because it's a party, people around, like, okay, cool. So, you know, I just wish things were handled better with this group. I keep going back to that. They keep going off at each other, you know, throwing drinks or whatever, and not really having a conversation. I'm always going to say that. They don't talk. They don't talk enough. They don't communicate.
But listen, JJ, again, I'm still team JJ, because I just feel like at the end of the day, whether this party was thrown for me or not, you spent the money or not, whatever, my emotions are involved. My feelings are hurt. You're over here texting another man, and then you got your ex coming to my party. Like, we about to fight. I'm gonna fight you. Okay. Forget Brandon. I'm gonna fight you. Like, I am not here for that at all. But just to even tie into this, can we just talk about the fact that Juliette was like the voice of reason this episode?
Right? Oh my God.
Like, what?
True. I didn't see that one coming at all.
At all. Like, all of a sudden now she's like the expert, like, relationship guru. I was like, what's going on?
She's just like, oh, I'm not the center of the drama, so let me try to mediate the situation. Like,
but she wasn't stirring it up. Like, you know, Chloe likes to be the mediator, but she likes to stir it up. And I'm going to go back and tell you what this one said and what that one said and this secret and whatever. But Juliette was actually giving like sound advice.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, girl, I like this new Juliette. She's like letting things go and being, I like this.
She is growing up. And speaking of which, you know, we see her kind of, you know, in that scene where she was talking to Chloe and Kelsey, you know, it's weird because I see her, she's trying to move forward, but then at the same time, she feels emotionally held back because of the whole Alex situation, which is normal. Like, obviously, you know, they've had their history together. When you have a history like that with somebody, it's hard to really completely get over. So in the scene, we saw her Instagram stalking Alex or Alyssa, and then they both posted, or one of them posted a picture of the both of them, Alex and Alyssa, and it looked like they were together. So clearly she was just like, wow, okay, Alyssa's dumb, and it looks like they made up. It looks like they're all goody two shoes. Great. But then, you know, she was a little sidetracked because Kelsey kind of egged on this, you know, new guy in town. What was his name? Sam, I believe. Is that his name?
Sam. Yeah, Sam. Okay, wait, before we move on to Sam, okay, I have to say that I feel for Juliette. I really do. But she also needs to, it's none of your business. It's none of your business. Like, this is my thing. If you say you're over him or you don't like him anymore, or you just wanted to clear your conscience or whatever, then do that and move on. Like, I don't understand what she expected. Like, she thought that she was going to say that and then be like, ha ha, Alex. Because low key, that was revengeful. Like, she was trying to do that to get back at him so that he would break, like, Alyssa would break up with him. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, oh, see, Alex, you can't get away with everything. Ha ha ha, you lost it. Just like you lost me. Like, I think that was her plan. And so the fact that it didn't work, she was like, oh my God, like, but if you really did it on pure intentions to say that you wanted to just get things off your chest because you really felt that bad about it, which I don't think you do, you would have just said it and said your piece and moved on. And it wouldn't have mattered whether or not they stayed together or not, because it's none of your business.
Yeah, I agree. I feel for her at the same time, because it's like, yeah, she's on her revenge, you know, game, and she wants Alex's life to just fall apart. You know, it's like, you know, she wants karma to really get him, you know. I mean, eventually it kind of did, you know, obviously, but in a different way. But in her way, at that time, she wanted the whole relationship between them to just break off and be like, okay, Alex is not going to screw over another girl. But then after saying that, it broke her heart a little bit. So I kind of get why she's emotional. She's emotional. That's why I think with her, my advice to her, and my advice to anybody going through this, take some time for yourself, you know, build yourself up, build your self-esteem, your confidence, you know, keep yourself distracted with some things or whatever, and not dwell so much on the person that just screwed you over, you know, because it was so soon, obviously, you know, it wasn't even a whole year. I feel like it wasn't even a whole 6 months after their breakup. Crazy.
And she was with, exactly. Then she got a new man, and it was like a whole thing.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. These people, they move on way too quickly. They rebound too quickly, but whatever. They're trying to live their lives. Speaking of rebounds, here comes Sam.
Right.
Potential rebound. He's looking good. Everybody's kind of giving her, just, encouraging her basically to talk to him because he's a good guy, supposedly. What do you think about that? Do you think do you agree, or are you for this, her just moving on to somebody else? Not even just anybody, but one of Alex's close friends?
You know that is a recipe for disaster. Okay. Now I know that she's like, I'm not going to let him make any decisions for me anymore. I'm not going to let him affect me. But honestly, I just feel like it's too close to home.
Mhm.
And if he's one of Alex's best friends, that means Alex is going to be around. Alyssa's going to be around. You just slept with Alex when he was in a relationship with Alyssa. The whole thing just sounds terrible, but great for us to watch. Terrible for her and her relationship, because I already know that that's going to come into play. Like, there's no way that you can date your ex's best friend and then that not be a factor. Like, that's crazy. And I also, like you said, she needs time for herself. She needs time to breathe and to think about what it is that she wants to do in life and move on from her retail job. And you can't do that when you're distracted and boy crazy.
Right?
Okay.
That's the thing. Exactly. I felt like, she was doing good when she was, networking with some, big shot fashion person in the industry. And I was just like, okay, it seems like she's, getting herself together and moving on from the drama. But it's this, she always keeps getting pulled into Alex's world one way or another. I think, in this situation, she's still on her revenge game. If she can't break up their relationship, all right, let me screw around with, one of your best friends, one of your brotherly friends or whatever. So it's like she's constantly trying to play this game of making Alex feel some type of way.
It's just not a good look. It's just not a good look. And I'm sure Sam is going to think she's beautiful and want to get involved or whatever. And I think within the season, whatchamacallit, we do see that Juliet has a boyfriend. I'm not sure if it's Sam, but I'm going to assume that this is Sam. So I don't know.
Oh, yeah, I guess we'll just stay tuned and see how that goes down. But obviously, if it goes down, that just means more drama. It's a mess. It definitely is a mess.
By the way, I have to say that the music in these episodes are always so good. I think I said that last season. I love the music choices that they pick, and the songs were so hip and right on point. And I was like,
yeah, especially that one song. That one song that they were playing.
They had one with the baby.
The baby, yeah, Rockstar. That song called Rockstar.
Okay, MTV. Okay,
right?
we see
I'm about to Spotify it or something. I'm like, okay, MTV, come through with these songs. All right, I love it. No, I always like the soundtrack of the show, especially the opening song. I've always been a fan of that song. So good, I love it. So now we're gonna get to Alyssa and Alex.
Yes.
Woo! Where do I even begin? Okay, so like you said at the beginning of this, we didn't really see much of Alex. We only saw the top of his head, the back of his head. We're not seeing his full face, but yeah, but you can see, they're obviously having a conversation, I guess, about just all the drama and the seriousness. And then you see them going to the store, getting the pregnancy test. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. And, fast forward, she's preggers.
Tell me why the dad was so happy. I was really I was like, what's going on? Why is he so happy? The mom was crying and I was expecting him to be disappointed, but he was like, oh my God, yay. He was so happy about it. I thought that was a weird reaction.
I thought so too. I was caught off guard by that reaction. The father just jumped out of the sofa, lunged at her to hug her, oh my God, you're pregnant, yay. By some freaking asshole of Siesta Key. Part of my language, but whatever. I hope they bleep that out. But seriously, I swear, nobody would be this happy knowing who Alex is. Come on.
I mean, he just cheated on her. And the mom's reaction, I was like, yeah, I get it. He just cheated on you. You're going to have his baby. Can you trust him? It's just a lot to process. I mean, they legit just got out of there. And I don't know about you, but I don't know how I feel about the fact that Alyssa took Alex back. I'm conflicted. Because he cheated on you on a trip that you were not invited to, and he told you you weren't invited to, didn't even try to get you invited.
Mhm.
And his ex-girlfriend, like he cheated on you multiple times with his ex-girlfriend. So they were literally in Nashville playing, like being booed up, playing house in Nashville while you're back in Siesta Key for the 4 days or whatever, however long Alex was out there. I
Mhm.
don't know how I feel about that. And then I'm just gonna be like, okay, I want you to like, but again, my feelings aren't involved, so I have a whole different perspective. But I don't know. I just think that's so interesting. Like
Mhm.
wild.
No, I agree. I think Alyssa's really, I hate to say it because I had a lot of respect for her at the beginning of all this when she was introduced. She looked like she wasn't the type of person to be, screwed around with. But she's really looking like a sucker this season so far. I mean, come on, Alyssa. Like, this is where I wonder. You know, I feel like in her defense, whatever, they do have history, her and Alex. I was on and off again or whatever over the years. They knew each other since they were like teenagers. But also, too, I'm not sure if it's more so she's hooked on this lavish lifestyle that Alex has and she likes being a part of that. The fact that he helped open up her own hair salon business, he has a lot like that's tying her in. There's a lot of strings attached right now. And not even just that, the biggest string of all, she's pregnant. She's carrying this child, and I'm wondering the timeline of this. When did she find out she was pregnant? Was it after the fact that she forgave him for all his, Nashville mistakes? Or was it before? Was she like,
Right. I mean,
oh,
that's what it looked like. It looked like
right?
after, like she got pregnant after she told him to move in. That's what it looked like. I mean, again, you know how TV is. They could switch some scenes around. But from what it looked like she forgave him and then she got pregnant. I just you're right. She does have a lot of things attached to it. And I feel like there has to be something else besides the fact that I like you to keep me interested in like wanting to continue the relationship. So, okay, I like you, I might love you, but there has to be something else that's drawing me towards that, towards staying with someone that portrayed my trust in such a way. So
Mhm.
you're right, opening a business, having money, I mean, living in a way that maybe she wasn't used to beforehand. And so
Mhm.
maybe that could be like, oh, like, well, he cheated on me, but he said he's sorry. So who else is going to treat me like this?
Exactly. And now they got a baby. There's a baby coming along.
And she's pregnant. And I feel like for the sake of the baby, I feel like you would want to try.
Yeah. And you know what? My hope is, I hope, God, I hope that, I hear people change when they have their baby, it changes them for the better. And I really hope that having this baby will change Alex to be a better person, a better man, a better boyfriend, spouse, whatever, just all around. No more games, no more BS, no more cheating on this person and rolling around in these streets, these Siesta Key streets. All right, just shape up, man up, and do right by your woman. Okay.
Right. But I
That's
really
all.
think that like now that he's off the show, I feel like that also created a lot of distraction for him.
True.
There's a lot of pressure, I'm sure, to be a reality star. Got to stir up the drama. Got to be the bad guy. Got to act tough. Got to do something to keep us interested. And he did all of that. Plus, he has the money to do so. And so now that he's off the show, I feel like it'll be less of a distraction. Like maybe these people are really his friends, but you don't have to be on call on set at this time and this time, for 12 hours a day or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So maybe that'll be better.
I agree. I think this show definitely it changes some of them. They feel like they have to act like be a certain character and all that. But yeah, now I agree. Now that he's off the show, I think it's the right thing. It'll be right for him to kind of just move forward and just be the person that he needs to be for the sake of the baby, the sake of his woman, and for the sake of himself. Like he needs to shape up. He needs to fix himself, basically. So that pretty much wraps it up. Was there anything else that happened in this episode that we're forgetting?
I mean, the only people that we missed was Madison and Ish, but they're not really that interesting. The only thing is that Ish doesn't really seem like he's trying to move forward in the future to move in with Madison. I think, not that the relationship's a wash, but I think maybe she's more in it than he is. I think at first I was kind of like, oh my gosh, he's really pushing for all this, but I don't think this is lasting either.
Yeah, I think he's definitely withdrawing from it, like slowly but surely. We can just tell, because every time she brings up serious topics like their future, I think that's a normal conversation to have with somebody that you claim to be very serious about, and obviously he's on the older side and she's thinking very maturely for her age, so she wants to move forward. But he's just kind of brushing it off like, we'll talk about this another time. I gotta go to work. Okay, I'll see you later. Like, it's only, that's how their conversation is. It's almost like awkward right now. So I'm kind of over it.
I am too, Madison. Get a plane ticket and go see your man, because I'm sick of this.
Right? Either that or just let him go. Like, geez, I'm over it. I can't.
I just feel like he's not, I think he's starting to see like, oh, maybe she's a little not on my level.
Maybe that's possible too. I mean, I don't know. It's weird. It's definitely weird. I think I was somewhat for it, but now I'm just like, I don't know. It's weird. Just weird.
Yeah.
So other than that, I think that was about it. Was that all? I mean, obviously Garrett.
That's Kelsey, it, and that's all, girl. I mean, yeah, Kelsey and Garrett weren't even in this episode, so
yeah, they were just talking about each other. But whatever. We'll see how that goes, I guess, next week. But speaking of which, that leads us to our predictions. Woo! Predictions. All right. Oof, gosh, what do I predict? I feel like for next week, oh gosh, anything could go down.
Right, anything is possible.
Yeah, anything is possible, but I will say, I predict Juliet is, I feel like she's going to take another dark turn next week when she finds out the pregnancy news, and she might stir up something and we're not going to like it. That's my prediction.
I love that. To bounce off of that, I think next episode is going to be the episode she locks down Sam for sure after she finds out the pregnancy news. I think she for sure is going to hop on Sam. They're going to be in a relationship next episode for sure.
Yeah, she's going to rush that real quick.
Yep.
Like,
just like Juliet. Yep. Okay. Yep. No other way. That's the Juliet way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Oh, my gosh. That's so funny. All right. Well, that wraps it up. Oh, my goodness, Ebony, always a pleasure. I can't wait for next week. The season's going to be amazing, and I'm super excited. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Before we wrap it up, Ebony, tell them where they can find you.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Ebony Chapman 12.
Awesome. And you guys can find me on Instagram at DJ_Beaulieu. Until then, we'll see you guys next time.
Our founder, Keven Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.